Hello students, today we will learn the next illustration under tax liability of individual. See the question. Mr. Prithvi has gross total income of rupees 5 lakh including long term capital gain of rupees 1,50,000. During the year he made the following payments. Under that, first one, medical premium rupees 30,000, donation to National Sports Fund rupees 15,000, amount paid to government for promotion of family planning rupees 20,000, expenses incurred for the treatment of his physically handicapped brother rupees 75,000, amount received from insurance company rupees 20,000, compute his total income and tax liability for the assessment year 2020-21. So here we have to compute his total income. They have given the gross total income and some of the deduction. With the help of this, we have to compute the taxable income or a total income of a Mr. Prithvi, and based on that total income we have to compute the tax liability. What is his tax liability for the assessment year 2020-21? Now we'll see the question. So his gross total income given is 5 lakh amount. In this 5 lakh amount, long term capital gain also included, that is rupees 1,50,000. During the year he made the following payments. Under that, first one is medical insurance, medical premium of rupees 30,000. So this medical insurance premium he can claim deduction under section 80D. So assuming his age is below 60 years, maximum limit to claim a 80D deduction for the medical insurance premium is 25,000. Here in this question they have given 30,000 value, but maximum limit to claim is 25,000. So in the amount column we have to write 25,000. Next, donation to National Sports Fund. So this is for this donation he can claim deduction under section 80G. National Sports Fund comes under without limit 100%. Then amount paid to government for promotion of family planning rupees 20,000. So this is for this contribution or donation he can claim deduction for under section 80G, that is under with the limit 100%. So when we have with the limit amount, we have to compare it with the ATM. Next, expenses incurred for the treatment of his physically handicapped brother of rupees 75,000, amount received from insurance companies rupees 20,000. Here medical treatment of a dependent relative with the disability. So deduction under section 80DD he can claim. For this he can claim a deduction under section 80DD, that is medical treatment of a dependent relative. Brother is a dependent relative and with the disability. So that is a with the disability. Physically handicapped is a with the disability, not a severe disability. So maximum 75,000 he can claim irrespective of actual amount incurred. Here we are not taking 75,000, this 75,000, we are taking the maximum, the limit as prescribed by the CBDT Act. Maximum is 75,000 in case of a medical treatment of physically handicapped brother can be claimed irrespective of actual amount incurred. So here both the amount are same, don't confuse here. We are taking not this amount, we are taking the maximum limit amount what is prescribed under 80DD. So medical insurance insurance company whatever the amount recovered is not included here. 80DD we have to take maximum 75,000 ignoring all this amount. Next, compute his total income and tax liability. So we have to compute with this information total income and tax liability. Now we'll see the solution. See the solution. Write the heading computation of total income of Mr. Prithvi for the assessment year 2020-21. So here we have 80G deductions. We have 80G deductions. Under that with the limit is also have. So in order to avoid confusion you can draw 3 column here. Even you can draw 2 column. So here write first gross total income. So what is the gross total income given in the question? That is 5 lakh amount. So for this, from the 5 lakh amount he can claim deduction under section 80. So in the question they have given the first deduction is relating to 80D, that is medical insurance premium 30,000. So here he can claim up to 25,000 assuming his age is below 60 years. So medical insurance premium maximum limit is 25,000. So he can claim 25,000. This column is especially relating to ATG. Don't write in any other thing here in the first column. Next, ATDD. So the next deduction here, as per the according to the order, we will get the ATDD deduction, that is relating to treatment of a physically handicapped brother, treatment of a dependent relative with the disability. So that is irrespective of amount incurred, we have to take 75,000 under ATDD. Next, third one is we have ATG, that is donation to National Sports Fund and promotion of family planning. So under ATG without limit we have National Sports Fund, so only one item 15,000, so total 15,000. Next, under with the limit we have family planning, that is 20,000. So this with the limit amount is compared with the 10% of ATA. So we have to compute the ATA. What is ATA means? ATA is nothing but ATA minus long term capital gain if any, and any other deductions from ATC to ATU except ATG. So we have gross total income how much? 5 lakh amount, and long term capital gain given in the question how much? 1,50,000. Then ATD 25,000, ATDD 75,000. So then no other deductions. So the balance how much? Balance is 2,50,000. On this amount we have to take 10%. This is the ATA value. This is nothing but ATA. So on this we have to take 10% of ATA, is nothing but 25,000. So 20,000 or 25,000, whichever is less, means 20,000 we have to take. So the total deduction is 35,000. In this 35,000, firstly we have to take for the 100%. So National Sports Fund also is he can claim deduction 100%. Even family planning also 100%. So both, that is total means 35,000, directly 100% means 35,000. So there is no 50% rated donation, so nil. So total 35,000. So total deduction is 25,000, 75,000 plus 35,000 equal to 1,35,000. So this 1,35,000 total deduction he has to deduct from gross total income, that is amount 3,65,000. His 3,65,000 is his total income. On this total income he has to compute his tax liability. Now we'll see the tax liability. So we have to here we have to compute the tax liability. So his total income is just 3,65,000. So here we have to assume his age is below 60 years and we have to apply the tax slab of other case. So his total income is 3,65,000. Remember here 3,65,000 is his total income. His total income is 3,65,000 and his long term capital gain is 1,50,000, isn't it? His long term capital gain is 1,50,000. So usually a taxpayer, he has to claim first basic exemption limit, isn't it? Here he has to claim basic exemption limit because his total income is less here. 3,65,000 is less. Firstly we have to check whether he will be claiming basic exemption limit in this 3,65,000 income. If you tax long term capital gain first, usually we will calculate long term capital gain or winnings at 30%, like in the first step. First step is we will calculate on long term capital gain lottery income 20% or 30%. After that we will apply the tax slab. So since here his total income is less, we have to give first 2,50,000 exemption to him. Because why it is, if you give first 2,50,000 exemption 0%, then balance amount in the total income 3,65,000, 2,50,000 exemption is claimed. So balance how much? 1,15,000. So 1,15,000 we are getting the less amount here, 1,15,000. So actually his long term capital gain how much? His long term capital gain is 1,50,000. Long term capital gain is 1,50,000. If you take 1,50,000 at 20% in the first step, means we are paying more tax here. Actually he will get balance income after claiming his exemption is 1,15,000. So in this on this balance income we have to take it as a long term capital gain, and it is taxed at 20%. Means the long term capital gain is taxable at 20% in excess of basic exemption limit. Means the taxpayer firstly he has to claim his basic exemption limit 2,50,000. After that, if there is a balance income, if there is a enough balance income, then we have to apply the long term capital gain. Here there is no sufficient income to apply all the tax slab and to tax on long term capital gain full amount. Understood, right? If you take 1,50,000 first, 1,50,000 into 20%, and next if you take the balance tax slab, then he is paying tax on 1,50,000. Here if we give exemption first, then he is paying long term capital gain tax is 1,15,000 into 20%, that is just 23,000. So a taxpayer first he has to claim basic exemption limit of rupees 2,50,000. Then if there is a balance, then he has to apply long term capital gain. So think just a simple sentence, the long term capital gain is taxable. It is taxable at 20% in excess. Excess means this is excess, in excess of basic exemption limit. After claiming the basic exemption limit, he has to pay the tax. So a taxpayer first he has to claim basic exemption limit, then on balance income he has to pay a tax. We are computing this order because his total income is less, 3,65,000. Okay, so that's why we have to follow like. Then always just to calculate before applying this tax slab, calculating the tax, just to calculate like what is his total income, 3,65,000. What is his total income? First just simply calculate like 3,65,000 is his total income. So then what is his long term capital gain? That is 1,50,000. So if you deduct 3,65,000 minus 1,50,000, how much balance? 2,15,000. So 2,15,000 means after, if you tax long term capital gain first, we are getting balance 2,15,000. On this balance we have to apply tax slab. Means first 2,50,000 exemption, actually here we are going to claim only 2,15,000 exemption. So as a taxpayer we have to think, we have to reduce our tax liability. So by making the procedure like this. So first we have to compute 2,50,000 tax, then on balance long term capital gain. Why? Because we are getting less income here. We can't claim full exemption limit if you tax long term capital gain first. So that's why we have to compute like this. And here in this question there is his total income is less than 5 lakh. So tax rebate he can claim, that is 12,500. So 23,000 12,500 minus if you deduct will get 10,500, and health and education says 420. So that his tax liability will be 10,920 rupees.